This is one of my skip episodes. It's just okay in my book.
A skip episode? Yeah, I was gonna say that might be more harsh than us.
Yeah, a little bit more
Get
harsh.
mad at Phil, not us. Phil! The pitchforks are out for Phil. I don't think this is a bad episode. I just want to put that out there. You said it's not Captain's Holiday, which is obvious, but I wouldn't even put this on the level of the bad episodes. It's a solid. It was good. It had a lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
It's more so the disappointment that it wasn't that great. It wasn't the elite, in my opinion.
I feel like with a couple edits, a couple rearrangements of things, it could have been.
Are you more disappointed when something is like this and is just good, but it could have been excellent, or when something's just bad?
I'm more disappointed when it's like this.
I agree. Yeah.
I mean, Captain's Holiday is what it is, but it is kind of fun to just see a train wreck.
Yeah. I mean, if the first 15 minutes, it was disappointing because the first part in the Enterprise was okay, and then it fell off a cliff. But I agree with you. Yeah, it's kind of like once something's bad, it's like, okay, but yeah, disappointing.
But when it's right there, and it's just doesn't reach that level. It's like, come on.
Because and kind of what I was saying earlier about we only get to watch it once. It's episodic. It's like we're not getting this premise again. We're not getting this setup again. It's like you're never gonna get another chance. You know what I mean?
Yeah, one shot.
Yeah. Could they do a similar premise? Sure, but this exact one, it's like this could have been so good. It's like that's the frustration.
This probably falls into that dream video I wish that just has all the good emotional character stuff.
Oh, the compilation.
Yeah, that just rips out all the guts that we don't need.
Yeah, and for me, it just falls into the wow, what could have been category that a lot of episodes do, unfortunately, throughout TOS and this, and even some of the movies, like the second one. But anyway.
Saul Rubinek was cast quickly over the weekend after the original actor sadly made a suicide attempt and had to be replaced after a few days of shooting. Jeez. Under the circumstances, I think he gives a fantastic performance in a solid Data episode.
I thought he was fine for what he was given. I
didn't care for him. Besides a couple chuckles he got out of me, I didn't care about him at all.
I mean, the character, I think his name's Fajo, he's a hateable character. He's meant to be unlikable. He succeeded in that.
That's the thing, to me, he has go-away heat. Not I hate you because your character's good. I'm just I don't care about this.
That's totally fair. Yeah, I think if I cared about I don't know. Maybe if the storyline was better, but he just stuck out as really bad. But to me, I was just like, okay, he's doing his shtick.
That was my face for 40 minutes of the episode.
This episode solidified my opinion as a kid that Data was unaware and not conscious of his emotions, but boy howdy did he have them. Love this ep quite a bit. I don't love the episode, but I do agree that there's something going on. I mean, Troy has that line in Peak Performance where she basically says he has emotions and everyone just ignores her. Where she's like, yeah, I mean, he's different than human, but it's the same thing. And Picard's like, okay, I'll talk to him. So yeah, definitely agree. He's not clearly just an android. I think that's kind of the whole joke of the ending line there, right? I'm just an android, but clearly
you're not, bro. There's something in there. I mean, who's gonna kill this guy? You have to feel for Worf here. He seems to get advancements in his career when someone dies. Though, had Troy died instead of Yar, I'm wondering how him as ship's counselor would have gone.
Tell me how you're feeling.
They started explaining their emotions to him. He immediately cuts them off. You need to stop that right now.
Yeah, I'm sensing you are angry. No, I'm actually pretty happy right now. You're angry.
Let's go train in the holodeck.
Good job by Burton. Can really feel the Geordi Data friendship and Geordi's loss. I 100% agree. I think this is one of his best episodes performance-wise, LeVar Burton. He was absolutely great. I felt his emotion 100%. And I'm not going to say he's a bad actor or anything, but I think of all the characters or all the actors on the show, Geordi hasn't had a ton of those moments where I felt really into it. The cut scene, the extended edition of Measure of a Man, where Data gives him the pipe, that's probably one of my favorites, and that was cut from the regular. But yeah, getting to actually see how raw he was here, I really liked.
Yeah, same.
Fajo is naive to think Data would be incapable of killing him. In fact, his monologue probably convinced Data to do it. Why do you think Data lied to Riker at the end about firing the disruptor? I think it's actually a good point, because they say it went off, and when he asked him, he's like, oh, it must have been the transporter. like, he is kind of lying, unless he's, like, completely unaware, but I don't think he is.
I don't know, man. I don't know if it's just character assassination from the writer or what, because it's been bothering me. It has. Almost as bad as, shut up!
Oh, no, not the...
Shut up! Shut up! I don't know. It's like, I don't get it. I feel like Data, would be so. Oh, there's a good amount of legal proceedings that will go before you. I will not kill you, but I will incapacitate you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And not just shut up.
It's so ironic with how great of a Data scene, the following scene is at the end.
Yeah.
That I feel like sometimes you want to get something in, and like you just wedge it in, even if it doesn't make sense. They wanted to get in that it's shot, and Data, denies it. They wanted to get that in. They didn't do it, in my opinion, in the perfect way. It should have been more ambiguous. It should have been but they don't, like you always, say, it's like, gotta go, and it's like, we gotta get this in. So it just didn't work out, I think. Because there's no logical reason Data would lie to him. Why would he care? Like, he would just explain himself. Like, he'd be like, oh, well, he was killing millions of people,
Oh, yeah, well, he threatened my life and many others, and to the point where Riker would have to cut him off.
Yeah, he'd be like, he murdered an innocent woman right in front of me and threatened to do more. It's like, he would just explain himself. He has no reason to lie. So, unless the explanation is he was just completely unaware, which also doesn't make sense. So,
or it was lore. Sit in the chair, but I predict you'll have mixed feelings about this one. You'll like it overall, but I foresee some of it getting under your skin.
That's exactly what happened.
That's a good one, Timothy. That's exactly what happened.
And he's quoting the episode where, sit in the chair to Data. That's good. Yeah, but that's exactly it. You're literally spot on. I don't know how you did it, Timothy, but you got it. You guys will love this episode. It has everything you seem to look for. Let's go through the list and see if we agree with any of it. Good story. No, I think it has good story potential. I think it has a good premise.
Yeah.
Good acting from some. Has good acting from our main crew. A lot of people here in these takes are praising the guest actor. I was not as down on him as Alex, but even I would not put him anywhere near the top of guest actor performances, for sure. Moral dilemma. I guess that with Data dealing with the moral dilemma, that is interesting. Well-paced. Definitely disagree. Great character growth. There is character growth for Data. By far the best Data episode to date. I wouldn't say that at all. Obviously, there are much better ones. I think that, I hate to say it again, but execution. Execution. All the pieces were there, and that's why it's disappointing, but I'm not going to say it's a terrible episode. It's a good episode. I just, I see it. I see the potential.
It's ironic, in parentheses, and kind of sad, but Data pulling the trigger was the most human thing he's ever done.
It's up there, yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to think about Data pulling the gun anymore. It's making me upset. Shoot him! Shoot him!
Perfect example of how one line can ruin a movie for someone. That ruined Star Trek V for you. What a great moment. Just for the memes.
One of my favorite moments ever.
Least favorite line, favorite moment.
Do you think Sarek had such respect for Picard because in his dignity, intellect, and control over his emotions, he found himself very similar to a Vulcan for a human being?
I hadn't thought about that, but you know what? That makes a lot of sense. Because, Kirk did have control over his emotions, but he's very much like a guy's guy, kind of like, slick, in a lot of ways. Almost like what Riker obviously would be too. But Picard's very composed. Like, he's very, even when he has that moment with you, it's like just for a second. Like, oh, he lets it slip for a second. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I think Picard's the only person on the ship that Sarek was going to be like, okay, we'll do this. Because anyone else, you're going to lose it. And Picard did lose it, but I don't think Sarek saw him, so it's okay.
This just gave me a thought. Deleted scene. Sarek walked up to Worf. You need to get hold of yourself. Just Worf. Just biting his tongue. Yes, sir.
Vulcans. How do Klingons and Vulcans feel about each other? That's a good question.
Ooh, yeah.
I don't know if that was ever explored.
Yeah, I'm sure they can't have ill will like they do with Romulans, because Vulcans are obviously very peaceful, but the Romulans were an offshoot of Vulcans, so if Vulcans didn't exist, Romulans wouldn't. So I don't know what that means. The GOAT is back. Been waiting for this one all season, easily in my top 5, and I think that totally makes sense. I'm guessing top 5 for the series, Steven would be saying. He can clarify, maybe he means season 3, but even series I would find understandable. And yeah, I think it's just really ironic that he's like has such few appearances, but it's like, I don't know. I feel like if you ask me, who do you think the GOAT is? Star Trek. Oh, Mark Leonard. Sarek.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, okay. I'm not going to read the rest of it.
Okay. This, to me, is the best episode of Season 3. The concept is fantastic, the acting is superb, and this shows just the type of character Picard is to willingly take on this emotional assault. Minor plot twist that ties into the main story, the emotional outburst at a bar brawl by the crew, is all that is needed to launch this amazing story into my top 5 all-time TNG.
All time, yeah. See, there's another one, yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty solid take.
And I do like the minor plot twist that ties into the main story as well there, with the, emotional outbursts, like feeding into the crew. It's almost like a reverse of what we so usually see, where it's like, here's your main story or hook or thing you're interested in. Now here comes this external force that's invading that. I'm almost starting to think like, the whole meme that we started earlier this season of like, oh no, not the plot, like don't come ruin what we're doing. I think maybe even to make that more specific, it's not the plot, it's just an external force that has nothing to do with the episode just being introduced halfway through. That's what really gets me. Deja Q, the alien being introduced, right? Like just stuff like that is like, okay, I already have an episode going on that you've gotten me interested in. Why are you doing this? Unless you're Sins of the Father and you can do it like 4 times successfully, but usually not.
Yeah, what's that word again? Execution.
Hey guys, new here to the Patreon, though I've been watching you since the motion picture. Thank you, Nathan.
Oh, well.
Here is another time with Mark Leonard, Sarek, facing off against another captain of the Enterprise and mind melds with them. Thought the scene with Picard and Beverly was top-notch and never forgettable. Absolutely, and yeah, I didn't even put that together. Not only does he interact with both of them, he did also mind meld with Kirk in Star Trek 3, yeah.
So they're connected.
Wow, that's crazy. And welcome to the Patreon.
Riker's reference to the Caridian admission to the Federation is a direct callback to Journey to Babel.
Oh, well, and that would be fitting, obviously.
Yeah.
I didn't catch it because I'm not smart enough.
I can't remember all these names. But
the Caridian admission? Are you kidding me? I'm not going to remember that.
How about sidebar? How about the fact they set up this tank for these Ligorians or whatever? We don't even see them.
True, yeah. They cancel the meeting, but then, we don't see it.
Yeah. It's all right. The tank's enough.
Yeah. Now, if Riker had looked directly into the camera and said, "We're going on a journey to Babel," then maybe I would have caught it.
Back in the original series days of the Star Trek Enterprise.
Or what if they did just like with Kirk in Journey to Babel, there's just a scene happening, and then it just cuts in the middle and Picard's just fighting an Andorian in the hallway. Just completely unexplained. Just trying to stab him. Gentlemen, recent new patron overjoyed watching your sharp critiques and unique delight at Trek. Sharp critiques?
Sharp.
All right. Hope this one gives you all the sense of peace connecting TOS to TNG so firmly, and one of the few times that the incredible acting overcomes some execution issues in the story. I would be interested what those are, they think. Impeccable performance by Mark Leonard and Patrick Stewart. These linkages between series are the soul of Trek continuity to me. I would agree.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great take. Thank you, Ross, for joining the Patreon. And yeah, if you want to explain on the reaction or discussion here what you thought the execution issues were, because I had some worries, but overall they went away. So, does Sarek come back, you think? Final prediction.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's got it. He's got it, right?
Yeah, right. He's going to show up in Discovery Season 4, Episode 3. It's going to be titled Sarek 2. Sarek, I can't think of a joke right now. The show's over.
Alex and Josh, feel the target audience on a cosmic journey, feeling so immense. They're sitting in a room, ready for the show. Star Trek Next Generation, Season 3, let's go! The first time they've seen this side by side, only going where no man's gone, day and night. Sip our beats, fill the atmosphere. Their minds are racing, filled with wonder and cheer. Cosmic journey,
Least favorite line, favorite moment. All right.
Least favorite moments, favorite line. That's the only line I remember from that fucking movie. That and excuse me.
What does God need with a starship? Wait, what does God?
I asked you a question.
I
believe Captain asked you a question.
I am the third act.